Hey, how's it, Aloha gang? Welcome to High Now Daily. If you're a graduate of KΑLELE Media Program, go ahead and make some noise. Kamehameha schools in Hawaii News Now have come together to really mentor the next generation of local storytellers. Stay with us. We got more details to come. I got live music too. Rachel, what's happening?
Oh, Kaino, there is a concert coming up this weekend. You get 2 opportunities for this Saturday show. I've got Haru Takauchi here from Tokyo, and plus we've got our local boy over here. We got Robert Shinoda. They got a jazz concert coming up this weekend, and it's all happening right now on High Now Daily. Let's go!
All right, mahalo for joining us. Very exciting stuff. Ho'omaikai and congratulations to the first class of the KALELE Media Training Program. Take a look. Now, the first 6 KALELE students just celebrated their graduation at the Ho'ike held at Hawaii News Now over this past weekend. The program, again, is a collaboration between Kamehameha Schools and Hawaii News Now to work with select, talented, community-minded individuals to sharpen their skills in media while uplifting the stories that shape our island home. How cool is that? So 6 young women and men went through 16 weeks of courses. They teamed up to create their own video projects, which we're going to get a chance to share a little bit later in the show. They also focused on content creation, media production, and storytelling from a traditional Hawaiian perspective.
We want to ensure that in the next generation, and many more to come, there will be the story keepers, the truth tellers, the people who use our experiences, our connections to our world here in Hawaii, to keep us Hawaii, to keep telling our stories in ways that compel people, that inform, that bring people together around what we care about most. And in seeing how these hopes are embodied in these 6 young, amazing people, we are so thrilled to see our highest aspirations come true. So I thank everybody for all the different ways that each of you, especially as Ohana, have grown these individuals so that, you know, the kumu that we're able to work with them had so much to work with.
Okay, right on. Now, this collaboration, again, you know, so much goes into this TV business, and they covered everything from journalism to editing to sales to marketing to directing, engineering, and much more.
We were actually inspired because a sister station of ours on the continent launched their own media training program with the hope of just really developing great storytellers in their community. So we talked as a team and we thought, my goodness, we need to be doing this here in Hawaii, but we want to make it true to this place and about this place. So that is when we decided to go and talk to the experts, Kamehameha Schools, about what this could look like. And I really want to thank the leadership of Jack Wong, Kehau Abad, and Gonzo for having a conversation with us on how we could collaborate to make this something incredibly unique and special to Hawaii. And thus, KALELE Media Training Center was created. So mahalo to all of you at Kamehameha Schools who are here with us today.
Oh man, so incredible. So the KALELE Ho'ike, or graduation, was held on January 24th at Hawaii News Now. And following the graduation, guests had a chance to take a tour of the station, and the first day of class was back in September. And again, ho'omaikai to everyone who was a part of it. And we're actually sitting with 2 of the mentors who had the distinct kuleana of being able to impart their knowledge about this business. Lemaile Barrett from Kamehameha Schools and Michael Harris from Hawaii News Now. Welcome into the show, you two.
Aloha.
Okay, you got to be proud watching that, what we just saw there. So when we're talking about this program, how did this whole collaboration start, Lemaile?
You know, it really started with a conversation between our CEO, Jack Wong, and Katie Pickman here at Hawaii News Now. And I was so excited that, you know, I was asked, as well as Meredith Enos and Kelly Brodus on the Kamehameha Schools side, to come together with Hawaii News Now, like Michael Harris and a number of folks on his team, to really collaborate on this project of like mentoring these 6 amazing students, you know, they went through this program, and you've just seen how much they've grown and the confidence that they kind of built through all of this.
Absolutely, and what type of, and we're looking at some video of them, that's them in action on High Now Daily for one of our live shoots that we did over there at Windward Mall, talking about just getting real hands-on training. But when you folks were thinking about Lemaile, kind of the game plan, like what did you want to make sure that students took away after this 16 weeks was completed?
You know, there's that saying, makahana ka'ike, right? And one learns in doing in Olelo, Hawaii, and we just really wanted them to give the various experiences in community storytelling and on the technical side too with Hawaii News Now, because mentorship is just so important. I was mentored, you know, throughout my early career, and I know the only reason why I know everything today is because of those that kind of took me under their wing, like Amy Kalele, like Na'alehu Anthony, like Keone Lee, like these folks in our community who work with our community. And I'm sure that all the students here today are going to remember, right, Michael Harris. They're going to remember Katie Pickman. They're going to remember you as well as their mentors who really helped them start their careers.
And I love that you touched on mentors, because Michael Harris is one of my many mentors throughout my career here at Hawaii News Now. Such a wealth of knowledge. And Michael, what was this experience like for you? I mean, you must have seen quite a transformation from their first class back in September to the video we just took a look at.
That's probably the most important point. If there was one attribute that I thought was common with all of them, is that where they started and where they finished, the one thing that was common with all of them is that their confidence really built. They walked away and they just felt so much better about storytelling, and the ingredient that Kamehameha Schools added, not just storytelling, but telling in a very responsible way. So these guys are all into uplifting the community, and at the same time coming over to Hawaii News Now, talking to people like Kehahi Tucker, Stephanie Lum, Lynn Kawana. They learned how to tell the stories in a very factual way, in a very uplifting way.
Okay, so, and we're looking at some video of them. They were just in the Lo'i previously to them being inside the news station over here. And Michael, you made a great point earlier when we were speaking about how, you know, oftentimes with internships, maybe people are coming in to learn a specific skill set, but really throughout the training of this course, people could kind of navigate and find what they enjoyed most, correct?
Yeah, you know, it wasn't actually me who came up. You know, I was talking to Vaughn, one of the interns, and he made the point. It was like, it's not like a job where you come in and you're just like focused in on one thing. With Kalele, you can think about producing, you can think about journalism, you can think about sales, you can think about marketing, and the best part is there's so many experts inside of this building who can teach each one of those aspects. So these guys are getting it from the very best, and so they can make those choices. Do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? Because they're learning from the very best.
Absolutely. Lemaile, I want to transition back over to you as well. You know, so oftentimes we talk about mentorship and having opportunities, not for people to just tell these stories, but to tell these stories here at home. What has this process been like for you folks on the Kamehameha Schools side, who again, education is such a prominent, especially Native Hawaiian education, being such a prominent pillar for you folks. What does the future look like maybe for Kalele moving forward?
The future looks bright. It was an amazing partnership working with Hawaii News Now. We have so much material now that we're excited to be able to hopefully have this program again this upcoming fall, and hopefully involve, you know, this first cohort of students and get their feedback from what they learned and what worked best in this, you know, inaugural program too, and get them involved and just like continue that process of, you know, succession plan is on everyone's mind, right? Like, who is the up and coming? And it's just amazing that we got to bring people from Hawaii. Like, everything we need is here in Hawaii and is within the next and up and coming generation.
Absolutely, I love that. And again, we were talking earlier as well. I wish a mentorship program was around like this back when I was first starting out in this business. But that's why, again, so grateful for the mentorship. Michael Lemaile, thank you so much. And don't go anywhere. We're gonna have our Kalele graduates on the show, and they're gonna get a chance to share a little bit about the stories they had a chance to tell. Rachel, we'll send it over to you.
Thanks so much, Kainoa. I am hanging out with internationally renowned artist and guitarist over here, Haru Takauchi. He came in from Tokyo. He's traveled the world, played in the jazz scene in New York and all over. And he's also here with one of our Hawaii jazz masters. We have Robert Shinoda as well. They are part of a quartet that is going to be performing this weekend at Kapono's at the Lounge. Now, I have to start with you, Haru. You came in, I mentioned that you've been performing all over the world in these large jazz settings. But what are you so excited about when it comes to being here in Hawaii and performing in an intimate crowd?
Okay, I'm visiting many countries. Especially here, Hawaii, we have a good friends, the nice people. So this place is the best for me. Then I like to play my tunes, especially original tunes for the people who comes to this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
You were mentioning that you have a lot of ties here. Your daughters went to school here.
Yeah.
They learned, they went to the university, and they're still living here. So, of course, you'd want to come back here because that's where they like to hang out too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And many friends.
And many friends, right?
Yeah.
Just like
Nature
this guy
is
over
amazing.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He's the best.
He's the best. And this is not the first time you guys are going to be performing. You guys have performed previously.
Yes,
Robert, can you talk to me a little bit about that experience when you guys get together and perform?
I should mention on Saturday we'll be joined by Noel Okimoto on drums, Dean Taba on bass, in their own right, world-class musicians. So, and Haru is humble about it, but he's at the highest level. He's played with the highest level of jazz musicians around the world. So we're always excited to play with Haru whenever he comes in.
Yeah, and how do you love playing with the Hawaii musicians as well? Because it creates this powerful bond and it gives the audience something very, very special when you're performing with people from this aina or from this place. So talk to me a little bit about what people can expect when you're performing this weekend. It's going to be at Kapono's at the Lounge. 2 different shows that are going to be happening. Check the website, all the information is there. But what kind of vibe is it going to be?
I always has nice vibe to Hawaiian people, and everybody here. I like to see everybody.
Yeah, so come on down. He wants everybody to check out the show. I'm telling you, the vibes are going to be through the roof. Robert, any last words? How do you think it's going to be? Are you excited for people to come out and see you guys perform? Not for the first time, but people have seen you guys perform again. You guys are going to bring something new, something different this time around, yeah?
Yes, always. And Haru will be wonderful, and the quartet. So yep, please come out.
All right, please come out. That's this weekend, Saturday, January 31st. I mentioned 2 different showings. All you need to do is scan the QR code right there on your screen. And right now we have a little sneak peek of what's going to be coming up this weekend. Haru Takauchi, he's got the quartet on Saturday. But today, backing him, we've got Robert Shinoda. Take it away.
How's it, aloha gang? Welcome back to Hi Now Daily. We're continuing our Hi Now in Japan series, and we just had a chance to introduce our Hi Now Japan correspondent, Nohea Shozin, on yesterday's show, and we shared her recap video from the first day of their Japan trip. In this next segment, we're going to continue showing them exploring Yamagata. Take a look.
Named Japan's best-kept secret by National Geographic, Yamagata is closer than you think. With Japan Airlines, your connection from Hawaii is effortless. Just a quick 1-hour hop north of Tokyo. Today, we're hiking to Yamadera Temple, a Buddhist temple built into the steep forested mountainside. The 1,000-step hike offers a spiritual journey up to its breathtaking views. It was an amazing climb. It was maybe a 30-minute hike, not too hard, but so beautiful. And especially at this time of the year, not only do you have the snow, but the crowd isn't as busy. So I super recommend it.
I was born here in Yamadera, but it's really small town. Oh, it's so beautiful. So I want them to know about Yamadera. That's why I made a guided tour in English.
Wow, yeah, it's so gorgeous and it's been so informative. There's so much detail, so much spirituality and history. So thank you so much for showing us around today.
いや、階段めっちゃきつかったですね。1106段なんですよね。1015段、はい、きつかったです。最後ですね。
素晴らしいですね。日本の歴史のね、やっぱ特に松尾芭蕉の歴史をたどってたので、すごくいい思い出になりました。そうですね。東京も素晴らしいところあるんですけど、やっぱり日本の歴史を知る上で、この山形の山寺、ぜひ訪れてみてはいかがかなというふうに思いますね。
I'm really happy to welcome you. I want to see you and waiting you people from Hawaii.
Aloha!
Aloha!
Our journey continued at Hanabusa Soy Sauce, where the 15th generation heir still honors a legacy dating back to 1823. Unlike mass-produced brands that rush the process in days, Hanabusa ages their beans for an entire year, resulting in a deep, complex flavor.
We'll be trying shoyu and the shoyu no mi.
Okay, which is different than miso.
It's different from miso, yes. It's like a third product in the same family.
Okay.
We'll try it.
Okay, cool. I can't wait.
Most Japanese have also never had it before.
Really? Tastes more like soy sauce, more like shoyu. So this one is spicy shoyu no mi. You eat it with the tofu. And this one, they take the thick part at the bottom of the batch of soy sauce with shoyu, and they mix it with sea salt nearby because we're near the ocean. We then visited the Shonai town office to meet the mayor. Shonai and Honolulu are friendship cities, and we really felt the aloha spirit as we stepped foot into the office.
日本の良さというものは東京とか大阪だけじゃない。本当の日本らしい原風景というものは庄内に残っているというふうに思っていますし、ハワイにはない四季というもの、春夏秋冬、桜が咲いてですね、夏は海に行って、そして秋は山形は芋煮会があります。そして冬はスキーがあります。そういった四季折々のイベントを楽しんでいただくということ、そして大きな田んぼ、ライスフィールドがあってですね、ここで美味しいお米をしっかり食べていただく、四季それぞれに年間を通して美味しい食べ物もありますし、ハワイの皆さんから山形に、そして庄内に来ていただきたいと思います。
Now we are at Tsuruoka City, down by the ocean, about to meet Chef Suda. He is the world-renowned fugu expert. Now, fugu is a very poisonous fish, and you need at least 10 years of experience to prepare it correctly. So let's go try it. One fugu, or pufferfish, enough toxins to kill 500 people. One wrong slice, fatal. That's where Chef Takeshi Suda comes in. A world-renowned master with 2 decades of experience, he is one of the few trusted with a high-stakes art of fugu. In Hawaii, you can get sashimi of almost any fish, but not this one. Even in Japan, cameras are almost never allowed in the kitchen. What you're watching is a rare look at a master craft. Chef Suda is a global authority in gastronomy. representing Tsuruoka, a UNESCO City of Gastronomy, he now serves as a lead advisor of the European Sushi Championships. And for our Hawaii viewers, he may look familiar. Chef Suda has been sharing his experience at KCC, teaching local students the art of sashimi and ikejime. 次、ハワイに来る予定はありますか？
あります。1月に行きます。大学で日本料理を教えます。
日本料理、じゃあお刺身とかそういう感じですか？
お刺身も、あとは剥き物も、野菜の剥き物も、いろいろやります。
Talk about a full circle moment. Chef Suda's final dish is plated as a crane, the tsuru, which looks exactly like the JAL logo on our flight over. It's a beautiful tribute to the bond between Yamagata and Hawaii.
Wow, how cool is that? Okay, you know, opportunities to travel to Japan to share these stories wouldn't be possible without our partners over there at Nonstop Travel. So we're excited to welcome in Desiree Bautista, the manager of customer care. Hi, Desiree, welcome in.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Okay, that must have been quite an experience being over there. So you had an opportunity to travel with Nohea and the Hainao crew over there to Japan. What were the highlights for you?
Oh, the Yamagata Temple. It's located northeast of Yamagata City. And we got to hike a 970-step stone path to the observation deck.
Mm-hmm.
So there was snow falling down all around us while taking in the breathtaking view. So beautiful. And it was my first time experiencing snow.
And
so
you were experiencing it in that capacity.
Beautiful Yamagata.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't have asked to experiencing it somewhere amazing like that.
That is so beautiful.
So
we're getting
so
a chance to take a look at a lot of the video and the images that were captured over there. How was the snow though? Not so bad on the hike? That was okay to navigate?
No, yeah, definitely. It was like perfect snowfall on us. Yeah, and then we were all geared up and, you know, with our boots, so everything was perfect. It was amazing.
All right, very cool. And I saw that you guys did a lot of sightseeing and some good eating over there as well. Let's talk a little bit about the cuisine. We're just seeing that fish that has to get prepared very particularly.
Oh,
right?
Yes, the fugu fish. Yes, that was so fun. The chef, so you need a special license to prepare the fugu fish. So they need to make sure they remove the poison so we can enjoy the fish.
Yeah.
So we got to watch him do that. So it was such a great experience. Yes, definitely.
Anytime people are traveling to Japan, it's always about the food and the sights. In addition to that, also the Wagyu as well. Did you guys get a chance to sample any of that?
We did. We got to sample Yonezawa Wagyu beef at Uesugi Hakushaku residence. So the beef it's so tender, and then there's a sweet, flavorful taste
I'm
to
getting
the
so
beef.
hungry.
It's
Desiree.
yes. Oh my goodness. It was so great. And then we'll have it featured in our Yamagata tours, so you can enjoy Yonezawa Wagyu beef for yourself.
There you go. And I wanted to ask you about that as well. So, you know, oftentimes when people are maybe doing their research before they're debating on when to travel and where to travel to, maybe they're using social media or other tools for that kind of stuff. What makes Nonstop Travel a little bit different? Because we know that everything's kind of taken care of for you, right?
Yes.
Walk us through the experience with Nonstop Travel.
Definitely. So we specialize in escorted group tours from Honolulu to around the world. So you're going with a tour manager. So it's the safety. So you feel safe, you feel secure. We take care of everything: hotel, transportation, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All the activities, all included. All you need to do is come and have fun and enjoy.
So you just got to show up and enjoy the trip. And I feel like that added security is such an important part of it as well. You know, especially when family members are traveling to another country.
Yes, definitely. So you want to feel safe, and also your family members who are at home. They want to know that you're safe and nothing's gonna happen. So that's what we do. That's what we specialize in. We want you to just enjoy, have fun, and be safe.
Now that is quite an experience as you're watching over here with Nohea and you folks getting a chance to travel. If people want to learn more about Nonstop Travel, maybe ask about accommodations, how do people do all that with you folks? What's the best way?
Give our office a call. You give us a call. We have our travel advisors ready and willing to help you find the best tour for you.
Okay, awesome. And then maybe me and Rachel Pocaro can be on the next tour, yeah?
Right.
With Nohea and
exactly.
All high now, Daniel. Okay, we're going to head to break right now. Stay with us. We got much more coming up in just a bit. Desiree, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so jealous. I want to go.
Aloha and welcome back to Hai Now Daily. We're all looking for ways to improve our water, whether that's inside the house, outside the house. And we've got the solution. We've got Keith Morrow, owner of HDC Products. We've got Kendall Verco, the Director of Operations, and Raf Kanya here as well. He is the Technology Officer over at HDC Products. You guys, thank you so much for coming and also bringing all the equipment today. I'm gonna start with you, Keith. Let's talk about HDC Products. What is that? How did you start this business?
Well, thank you for having us, first of all, Rachel. We appreciate being here. I started the business just because I saw the need for the water to be cleaned up and the fact we're running out of water globally. So between the two products, we've addressed that. And, we're offering that. So I developed this right here in Hawaii. We're pretty proud of that. We have 4 patents on it, and it's, it has NSF certifications, and it's been tested to the nth degree. We're in half the buildings in Hawaii already.
Wow.
We're on hundreds of homes, and we're just trying to get the word out there and improve on a great thing that we already have.
Nice. Okay, you're talking about getting the word out there. At some point, Raf, you got into the mix because the word got to you, and you were like, I'm gonna put this inside my pool, inside my home. Tell me about your experience and how you found HDC Products.
That's right. So the word was passed on to me from Kendall. He's a longtime friend of mine here in Hawaii, and he basically told me about the technology and how it could change the water in my house. So I first installed it on my pool, and then later on home, and pretty quickly saw changes. Less odor, clean water, and my son has eczema and skin conditions, which cleared up. And he's been doing great. He's not itching as much. He's really enjoying it.
Nice, and that is why you believe in the product so much that you're like, I gotta be a part of this company. I gotta get all in.
That's
and
right.
so that's why you're here, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's talk about the product. You brought some stuff today. Tell me a little bit about the pool system, and then there's also the home system. So Kendall, show everybody what's going on here.
Just starting on the home system here, we know that a lot of people have become more aware recently of contaminants present in the municipal water supplies. Even in a state where we have such a clean aquifer like Hawaii here, by the time the water gets to your home, it's traveled through a lot of aging infrastructure and plumbing. And so even though it is, obviously still safe to drink, right, there are some contaminants in there that can damage your appliances and can damage your health as well. Over time, if you continue to consume these contaminants, you can see some side effects that you don't necessarily want. This helps mitigate that. So what we've got here this is our system, right? So these are the chambers that actually do the conditioning of the water. And then we'll provide, just as a courtesy, the filters that we found that work just fine out here. This is a standard 20-inch system. It's the same as one that Raf has on his home. We also have options to add, any other kind of filters. You can customize this thing to fit your needs as you see fit. As long as you've got this guy on there, even if you already have a home water purification system, this can be added as a betterment to that. So you don't necessarily need to change anything that you're doing. But if you don't have any purification on your house, we highly recommend this. Now, with the primary thing that does most of the damage to your plumbing, your appliances, and your bathroom surfaces being iron, we do have a lot of iron in the water. For example, out here, other places, maybe it's a different, something else that might be in there, but you do tend to get iron and lead in the water. This thing effectively uses pressure to aggregate that metal so that it gets more effectively caught in a filter that you don't have to spend an arm and a leg for. So the only service that this thing requires, because it is a static system, no power, no chemicals needed. You don't have to purge it like you might have to do with other home water purification systems. The only thing you have to change out is just these filter cartridges, which come with the system. So generally you'll have a sediment and carbon filter. You just use a little wrench that comes with it, drop the housing off the bottom, switch out the cartridge, throw it back on, maybe twice a year. So you're looking at less than $200 a year to keep your home water supply in every single faucet, shower head, every appliance that's using water in your home. Think about how much you've spent on plumbers over the past 10 years to either fix your plumbing or replace appliances or repair things. It'd be nice to be able to, reduce that, especially things like your hot water heater. That tends to get corroded pretty badly over time. So this helps protect all of those appliances and provide clean, healthy water to your home and your family, your pets, your plants, and your swimming pool as well if you want to hook it up to your pool. But then we'll let Keith talk about the pool system.
Okay.
Okay, Keith, talk to us. We have just a few seconds left, so tell us about the pool system. And I mean, this is great for the global impact as well. It's great to have this installed in your home, in your pool, all the things, right?
Correct. The device ultimately affects every pool on Earth pretty much the same way. We reduce the amount of water that evaporates. We reduce the amount of chlorine or salt needed, and we balance the pH. And it just makes maintaining a pool a lot easier and a lot less damaging to the planet and the people swimming in the water when you install that device on the pool.
Yeah, and you guys were talking to me earlier. It's fairly simple to install. It takes 20 minutes to an hour, depending on what you're doing. So very easy. You could probably change the filters yourself. But for all the information, you're definitely going to want to check them out on their website. They have the Q&As up there. They're going to get you an in-depth answer on what you need to know when it comes to getting these installed in your home. I mentioned indoor and outdoor. So go ahead and check out their website. All the information will be there. You guys, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having us, Rachel.
All right, go to the website. We're going to have everything on HiNowDaily.com. Come back because we got more on Hi Now Daily.
How's it, Aloha gang? Welcome back to Hi Now Daily. Earlier we had a chance to spotlight our KΑLELE Media Training Program. Over 16 weeks, students from across Hawaii came together and just had a chance to graduate, talking all about stories here in Hawaii told through a local Hawaiian perspective. Everything from producing to directing to editing to everything. So we're really excited to introduce you folks to a trio of our very first cohort of graduates. And we're going to get a chance to see a project they worked on a little bit later. But why don't you introduce yourselves, Talia? Let's start with you.
My name is Talia Gliam. I'm Jocelyn Rose.
And I am Tony Dia.
Okay, so first of all, Pa'ipa'i Lima, congratulations to you guys, three of our graduates from KALELE. We're going to get into what was their final project, which actually took place over on Lanai, correct? So we're excited to show that to you folks. Take a look.
Lanai, known for its beauty and close-knit community, is also a place where pregnancy comes with unique challenges. With no hospital equipped for childbirth and no resident OBGYN, expecting mothers here face a journey few can imagine. Aside from limited telehealth options, every prenatal checkup requires women to travel out of Lanai before relocating for birth.
Once you're 36 weeks pregnant, you're supposed to go off island to wherever your OB provider is.
Having a child is a journey every family must navigate long before labor even begins.
It is a very big, daunting experience having children here on the island. That's a big choice to make when it comes time to think about growing your family.
It's already a toll on your body and your physical body, your mental health, and then to have to face the challenge of like not being able to afford comfort when you give birth.
Lanai is very unique in that we are, one of the only islands in our state where our Hawai mothers, aren't able to have their baby on the island that they reside.
I think we're heading backwards. I don't know why it's not an option here to give birth here. It's very costly, especially if you don't have family or a place to stay.
And what happens when complications arise? Heather Davis's water broke prematurely, requiring immediate medical attention. However, Lanai remains the only island without a dedicated medevac.
It took 4 hours for the medevac plane to get from Oahu with the staff that they needed on board and land, and then get from the airport to the hospital. So 4 hours of me being in active labor with only being 25 weeks pregnant. The plane started moving, and all of a sudden I just felt this big pressure and release. The EMT pulled back the blanket, and my daughter was born, and I had caught her in the bowl of my feet.
Davis's baby was manually resuscitated while waiting 4 hours for another medevac to arrive.
Minutes are all you have, so hours is just not acceptable.
The community hopes to see a birthing center established. Having a resident OBGYN and an on-island medevac would be critical steps towards ensuring safe, accessible care.
I just feel that if we had a birthing center here and had access for the women here on our island, that would reduce a lot of stress.
The people of Lanai are calling attention to an issue long overlooked in Hawaii's rural communities. Through every challenge, the mothers of Lanai remain strong, united by love for their families and their island.
Being from Lanai is very unique and very special, and saying that you are born and raised here is pretty cool.
Wow. Okay, first of all, you three, fantastic job. Yeah,
Thank you.
And a very important story to tell. But I've traveled to Lanai to do some storytelling, and it's a challenge. It's hard as well. Talia, I want to start with you. How did you find this story? How did this come up for you folks?
Yeah, thank you. I am from Lanai. I grew up there, and at this time, a lot of women are getting pregnant on the island. And so when it came to doing exercises in the beginning of the program, Matt had gave us an assignment to do a story pitch. And when he gave us this assignment, he told us it has to be unique. It has to be something that the community should be aware of. And it should be a story that would set you apart from other stories. That should be a reason why it should be told. So after a lot of thinking and after a lot of brainstorming, I realized this is something unique and this is a story that not a lot of people are aware of. So I stuck with the story when it came to doing our final project, and it was a success talking with all the mothers, and each interview, it reminded me and kind of gave me another reason that this story was the right one to do, because just the interactions with all the mothers.
Absolutely, Talia. You checked all of those boxes. Fantastic job, and again, very important conversations to have. I'm gonna have you give that microphone over here to Jocelyn, because now I wanna kind of dive into the storytelling of it. We saw the intro of you on camera in the beginning, and then into what we call in the business the tract, which is the VO. What was this like kind of comprehensively putting this story together? Because as you saw, I mean, so many important sound bites that found its way into the story, but then as a storyteller, having to go in, have these hard conversations, but then put the story together.
It was an amazing process, and it was doing exactly what I love to do. I really looked for Talia's guidance because she knows her community very well, but the biggest challenge was obviously we interviewed so many people. There's even people that we interviewed that we couldn't even fit into the 3 minutes. So it was just going through and finding the sound bites and the quotes that really told the story and really spoke and represented the community very well. So I went through all the videos, rewatched them, I pulled them out. I'm like, hey guys, you want to look at this? You want to tell me what you like? And we kind of used their quotes to tell the story rather than putting our own narrative on it.
Very good. And we're looking at some behind the scenes there of you folks kind of going around town filming it. I have to ask you this, Jocelyn. Oftentimes, especially when it comes to the voiceover, people aren't used to hearing themselves speak for the first time when doing stories like this. How was that for you? Kind of hearing your tracking voice in the booth?
It wasn't too bad. I've done a couple stories for class and at my time at UH before, but this, I did talk a little fast in this one, just trying to get in the 3 minutes. So hearing that, I'm like, ooh, I'm really going sing-songy there. Yeah,
hey, that's what it's like. Again, fantastic job. I want you to take the mic and hand it over to Tony. Tony, this is a tough story to tell. Obviously, we're dealing with something like delivery and labor from a visual standpoint because you were the photojournalist on it. How was that for you? You're going to have to incorporate a lot of pictures in. How did you kind of visually guide this story?
It was, I have a lot of experience with like editing and photography and video, but it's a different beast when you're dealing with something so delicate and sacred and heavy. It's hard to, like, when you're videoing, like, you're in the moment, you're like listening to the mothers speak about something that's so like personal. Yeah. At the same time, trying to think of all the technical aspects of like the camera, the audio, tracking all that. And then in the editing perspective, you have to like edit things out that you think are so important to the story, but it's part of the learning process of this program and learning that, how to capture the most important parts without, not using other things that you feel is important too.
I get it. Well, I do have to say, just watching that 3-minute video, honestly, you guys did a fantastic job. Again, such an important story to tell, and I know probably a difficult one too, but seriously, you guys, amazing, amazing. We're excited to see the next one. We're not done with our Kalele graduates just yet. Rachel's standing by with a few more. How's it?
All right, Kaino. Yes, I'm standing with the second group, our Kalele students over here. Hello, everyone. Okay, introduce yourselves, and then we're going to talk a little bit about your project.
Sounds wonderful. Aloha o Tihina ko'u inoa.
Aloha o Raiden ko'u inoa. Aloha o Vaan ke koa ko'u inoa.
Okay, now as we're speaking of Inoa, and that's name, talk to me a little bit about this project. What is it called? And just give me a quick 1 or 2 sentences before we show everybody a little bit about what you did.
Absolutely. Our project is called Restoring Inoa Aina, and it's about the importance of restoring Native Hawaiian place names and what that brings to our community through education, olelo, and much more.
Beautiful. In fact, we have their project right now. Take a look.
Mamua loa o ko Hawaii, o ili ana mana palapala aina, ua ho'okomo ia a pa'i hola, na Inoa Aina ma ka leo kanaka. As Hawaii continues to be threatened by cultural and environmental erosion, voices within our lahui are rising to restore Inoa Aina, the original place names. Today, we share a little bit of their ike mo'olelo and why it matters to all of us who call Hawaii home. Dedicating his entire life to perpetuating Olelo Hawaii, place names, and mapping systems, Dr. Puakea Nogomeyer shared why creating a knowledge base benefits everyone.
It actually benefits Hawaiians greatly to increase the general Hawaiian knowledge because it gives everybody an investment in being here.
Community members are successfully restoring Inoa Aina through the legislative process. Anthony Chance, CEO of nonprofit Hui o Ho'ohonua, provides a proof of concept where West Loch was renamed to Kapapapuhi.
I got one of our representatives to introduce the bill. Although it's a state function, our representative wanted to make sure it was coming legitimately from the state and the constituents to change the name back to its Hawaiian name of Kapapapuhi.
There were lineages of knowledge, and that comes down into families today. Your family may know a story about how Waianae got its name, how Kalele came to be.
Understanding Kanaka Geography in Relation to Ancestral Places, Dr. Kapa Oliveira, UH Manoa's Interim Vice Provost of Student Success, explains why bringing back traditional place names is important.
It's really important to me that we bring back traditional place names because it tells us the story. It's also a way, when I think about mapping as a geographer, it's our way of mapping. It's a performance of our cartography.
If you feel called to action, here are ways you can get involved. Correctly geotagging Inoa Aina on social media platforms, submitting updated names to navigation apps like Google Maps, and practicing using the correct Inoa Aina in your everyday conversations.
How we envision understanding a place is really kind of important.
Through the erasure of language and the place names, it changes the landscape and it changes why I think people think Hawaii is so special. If we don't have the Hawaiian language, if we don't have the Hawaiian culture, what would then set apart Hawaii from any other place in the world?
For too long, the names of these places have been shaped by convenience, not connection. Losing our Inoa Aina is more than just losing a name. It's losing the identity of the Hawaii that we call home. But with enough restorative effort, we can change that together. Tahina Tamazek, Hawaii News Now.
That was incredible, you guys. Yes, I love that. Restoring Inoa Aina. Fantastic job. And can we just say how amazing you look doing that stand-up over there? Next time I go on vacation, I'm calling you up, girl. You can take my spot. I mean, well, let's talk a little bit about the project. That was amazing just to see you guys put that together. That was like 3 minutes. What was that like for you guys to, get in there and do this important project?
So this project actually comes from a very personal place in my heart. When I pitched this story, as it's shown in my package, the area of Kapapupuhi, I am proudly from there. So I knew I kind of wanted to implement that into this. But I also knew that this issue was very important right now because all of us who come from Hawaii, who live here, we show pride in that. And we always say, oh, I'm from this side of the island, I'm from this place. So I think it's important now more than ever that we're using the correct Inoa Aina and sharing our pride in it and talking about it. So.
Yes. And it's all about connection, like you guys mentioned. It's like connecting us to our Aina and knowing our language and keeping that alive, right?
Yes.
Okay, now Yvonne, I'm gonna move over to you. What was this entire experience like for you guys? I know you're gonna be speaking for you, but also for all of your classmates.
The entire experience of KΑ'LELE has been really one that I don't think I knew what we were getting into, but I'm so happy we went through it. And we also don't want it to end.
You don't want it to end, so much so that you guys are gonna actually continue your project and make this 3 minute into a 15, is that right?
Yes, we have so much content that it needs to be seen by the rest of the world, so we agreed as a collective, both teams, in continuing our projects into short documentaries to run through film festivals, and hopefully the rest of the world can see it and appreciate what Hawaii has to offer.
Good for you guys. Okay, shout out HIF. That's where you guys need to be. So make sure you get those submissions in. We all want to see the work that you guys worked incredibly hard to do and put out there with this incredible project. And then Raiden, I'm going to move over to you. With all that being said, you guys went through this rigorous process. What was your takeaway and where do you see yourself going after this?
Man, throughout this whole process, it's been genuinely a blessing working with Tahina and Vaughn, as well as the rest of the people in the cohort, as well as our kumus. Where do I see myself after this? I hope to continue with multicam broadcasts, as well as continuing this project with our documentary that we're gonna have coming out, as well as hopefully bringing more eyes and attention to the problem that we face through our videos. In restoring Inoa Aina, most importantly, I hope for most people what they can take away is in every name, whether it's a birth name, whether it's the name of a place or wherever you may be, that there's mana hold into it, and that creates, story for us to learn, and that should be passed down from generation to generation.
Beautifully
so I'm excited
said.
to go ahead and carry that on with my lovely cohort.
All right, speaking of cohort, let's bring them all out right now. You guys, congratulations on restoring Inoa Aina. And then we've got the crew over here. Everybody, good job.
And the future's bright. Honestly, both of those stories we just saw, on the Inoa Aina, and then obviously that really important story taking place on Lanai. You guys, amazing.
Killed it.
So good.
Killed it.
Like, oh, do you remember when we were first starting out? Like that is
I mean,
substantially.
Hopefully they don't have those videos of us starting out.
Yeah.
All right, well, you guys, thank you so much. We're gonna take a quick break, but we'll be right back. We'll be right back. Congrats.
Kalele in the house. All right, take a look at that. That's the burger of the month over there, courtesy of our friends over there at Teddy's Bigger Burgers, and it's accompanied by the shake of the month.
Wow.
Big time shout out to them. Okay, burger of the month, shake of the month. It's all the rave right now, right?
So good.
The Dubai chocolate shake, so we got that over here in-house.
That looks incredible.
Pistachios over the top.
I love that. I've
let's
tried
go.
different versions of this Dubai chocolate, and I haven't tried this one yet, so we're gonna have to get in on that one.
Take a look at that. No one's
Okay.
counting calories to begin the year, and it's going to be accompanied again by the burger of the month that you can get at Teddy's, the Chipotle Bacon Crunch. Do you see the layers on this bad boy, Rach?
Honestly, I'm
Isn't
gonna have
that
to use
crazy?
a fork and knife for this one, because this one is bigger than I can handle right now. Look at that thing.
Oh my, okay.
Holy moly, how much?
We got onion rings in there. We got the double patties. We've got the cheese. We've got the bacon. We've got jalapeno. We've got the lettuce. We've got the tomato. And of course, the famous Teddy sauce.
Okay.
This is the Chipotle aioli that you can kind of just put on everything. Rach, get them. Get them.
I gotta eat it like half and half.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Mm-hmm. I have to. Oh,
How's
but the
up?
sauce, winners. So go ahead and download their TBB app. So delicious.
Oh my
and you
gosh.
get those reward points.
Take a look at that. Dubai chocolate ice cream shake.
What? Smoky chipotle? Ah.